So we're done.
Back.
Yank. Okay, so
That's a good one though.
what?
Kids. How we raise our kids.
That
Are
is
we
a good
doing
one.
gender stereotypes on our kids? Kind of.
Definitely.
Is it definite? Because we
Modern day.
made a real effort to not do that.
No, look, bottom line is, I'm the disciplinarian. I'm the one that's here all the time. I'm the one that makes packed lunches. I'm the one that does the tucking in.
I was thinking more about like how they react in the world, what they gravitate towards or don't.
Well, I think what we do, yeah, I suppose it's slightly. I'm sure there's a shitload of people that do it as well, but what we do, I think, really well is highlight each other's positives and say, your mum does this really well, or your dad does this really well. This is a good thing for you to do, without like saying
and choose
it.
your path.
Without saying it, yeah. And like, well, no, we don't even say choose your path in as
No, we
much
don't
as
say it.
but it's like take the best things from you, take the best things from me.
Yeah, and then choose your path. And then choose which way you want to go, what you want to do,
I
how
see
you
what
want
you mean.
to do
Sorry,
it.
I thought you meant choose your path as in a side. But
No.
I
mean,
no, that's
just
yeah, I'm
choose
getting
what
it,
you
yeah.
want to do. We don't really have, other than Aiden maybe, we don't really have kids that say, no, well, Edie did it when she was younger. Like, no, fuck that, I want to do this thing that's not stereotypical of a girl. But she's kind of gone more towards stereotypical girly shit.
She
Which I'm
has,
fine with.
but she's still 20% male. She's headstrong. She's not gonna
Yeah.
bend her will. She's gonna do
That's
everything.
a female thing, though, I feel.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Seriously,
Well-
when's the last time you bent your will?
Look at our two families. Look at the women in our two families. The experience that we have with women in our families is hard, strong women. We don't have Southern belles.
We've got one.
Who?
Fucking Welchy pussy wagon. My mum.
What? Your mum's a Southern belle?
Well, not some belle, no, but now she's like dependent. My nan
Yeah, but not
had
for
to
the
take
same
her out today.
reasons. Not like a.
Well, no, that's true. Actually, I'll give her a fucking dues. I tell you what, I got most of my feistiness from that woman.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the one thing that we share is very good female role models that say, "I'm going to do my fucking thing."
Shout out to Kerry the other day when that drunk dude was attacking
Warrior.
her children, and then our daughter Edith obviously was with him. And what did she do? She fucking charged it.
A perfect example of the gender roles swapping and it working perfectly. Like their thing.
But they don't as a rule.
No, I know. But in that moment, that's what it called for. Like, it called for Kieran's level head, because if Kieran was the one
It would have
kicking
ended
off,
up in a brawl.
then it ends up ugly. And then their kids and our kid has to watch a fight unfold in front of them.
And watch a brown belt judo just fuck up a
Kieran's
drunk
gonna
man.
fuck a dude up, right?
Yeah.
But that gender role switched in that
Gayla.
instant. That gender role
Baby.
switched in an instant. And it was
Leave
perfect
it.
for the situation.
Let me.
Settle the fuck down.
What's that Levy thing, by the way? No, tell me another time. Levy.
Levy.
Oh, I remember you said about Chris Ellis with his
Nah, Mark.
someone with a pot noodle or something in the fridge.
Mhm.
Someone has something in the fridge and put leave it.
That kind of fits. Proper manly shit. Marky went to the gym for the first time, like when we were all coming of
Is that
age.
Marcus?
Yeah, when we were all coming of age, like 16, and then like, oh, I should probably care about how I look. And he was at the gym, and then some older dude was there
With his dick out.
with his dick out, hanging his cock and balls in his face as he lifted.
Didn't even care.
No, he was lifting, and some dude was spotting him, and I can't remember if it was Marky who was doing the lifting or he was watching him, but he was like, leave it, like this guy pushing the weight, like trying to get it up, struggling. He's going, leave it. And then he ran out of strength. He's like, take it.
I thought you said that was...
And then it evolved.
Oh,
Because Chris...
Leave it.
Because then Chris...
Taylor, watch me.
Because it was a thing.
Stop it.
You know how, like, weird shit like that just works its way into the vernacular? Like,
Well,
with
she's
us?
now called Dayla.
No. But the leave it thing worked its way into our vernacular. So then Chris wrote on his pot noodle, leave it, across it.
Okay.
And somebody went to steal it and thought it said levy. They're like, why somebody wrote levy on this?
Okay,
And then it changed to levy.
But, I'm sorry, I've just distracted you again. Oh, dog kind of did that.
Right, what were we talking about?
You was in the middle of something. I think it was like really important.
Don't remember.
I think you were telling everybody the meaning
I
of
don't
life.
remember.
Ooh, bit of a song.
Pull it back.
I don't want to say I miss your songs, because I'd be lying. Because I don't miss them.
Oh, let me serenade you.
No, I was joking.
That's all right,
And honestly, anybody that actually does listen to this podcast, and I know there's like 3 of you, truthfully, you don't miss Dan's songs, do you? I know Liz Baker definitely will, because she's like, that's what we like about the podcast. But that's a lie. That's a massive lie. Where's the backing?
Give the people what they want.
Stop stealing.
If they want a song, they want a song.
Yours.
I don't know, I've always felt like I'm quite stereotypical, like, in certain aspects. Stereotypical manly.
You
but
are.
in a lot of aspects.
No, you're not.
Very much not.
Do you remember that one time where we had actually it turned into an argument on a Friday night, years and years ago, where you were telling me that I wasn't right as a female and you were right because you were a feminist. Do you remember that? And I was like, no, you can't. You can't say that. You can disagree with my
For
point
the
of
listeners, I've got a scowl on my face because I'm very dubious.
No, trust me, me and Justin still joke about it. Because you're like, I'm a feminist. I'm all good for it.
But I am a feminist in the terms of genuine equality. Like, not neo-feminists that are super left.
But we all know that that's not me either.
Mm.
So our argument...
So I'm not sure why I'm getting dragged here.
No, it's because of our... I can't remember where it started. God, I can't remember my point now. This is the weirdest thing. When we've got a bit of paper in front of us with the notes, we stay on track. But, okay, what were you talking about? Before Marcus in the gym, you had something. Taylor. Okay, well...
Fucking dogs don't care about gender.
Let's have a little quick talk about actual feminism as a thing.
Yeah, I'm in.
It feels like we're talking about females way more than we are males with regards to gender.
It's because blokes don't give a fuck.
But they do with
They
certain
don't,
things.
though.
They do enough to make jokes.
They don't. You've got the allies, as they call them, who are like basically the people that can't get laid. That then go, well, I'm going to be a super feminist and then be an ally to these people and hope that one day I get laid. But realistically, blokes don't give a shit. And because they're in a better position.
This is what I was talking about on I think it was Social Etiquette podcast we did.
Yeah.
Where that's the one thing where it just gets let go. Because after women got the vote, anything after that was just extreme. It was extreme. Now you're asking for equal pay. Come on. To be fair, though, I'll give it to... Because of our social construct and the way it works, maternity, you get a year off. You get 9 months off with pay, and then you get an extra 3 months off with your job place being held. Paternity, you get 2 weeks. So, an employer is very likely to choose the man over the woman with the equal qualifications and pay a little bit more and not have to pay somebody for 9 months.
Pay gap's a myth, but
no, it's not a myth.
It is.
It's
It's like a provable myth. It is.
Prove it. Genuinely.
Not right now.
No,
I'll
fine.
show you later.
When we finish with this, actually prove it. Because you are not correct. The pay gap. Just look at the BBC, they released it.
No.
And there's their pay gap.
No, just as a very quick summary of it. The reason that the whole myth of the pay gap gets thrown around is because women occupy certain jobs and men occupy certain other jobs. And certain
Because
jobs,
they get hired for certain jobs?
Maybe, and maybe not. But the higher paid jobs are more occupied by men because there's more men going for those jobs. Now the argument is, well, maybe if there wasn't this social construct, more women would go for it, which I'm down with. I agree with that 100%.
I want the opposite end of that.
But we don't see that because we're not in that position yet. Have that argument in 50 years.
Exactly,
time.
in 50 years.
Yeah.
But right
if you
now,
but if you insist on me that point, and if you say no because that is the way that it will be, I can't go with you on that because I have no evidence.
I'm not saying it's going to be that.
No,
in
I
50 years.
know. But I'm saying the facts on paper right now do not support that. The facts suggest that, but there's no evidence. In 50 years' time, if maybe 100, if the social construct, if the social construct is blown open and I'm proved wrong, or everyone's proved
But no,
wrong.
we're talking about within the social construct, and I'm with you on that. But you're just putting a fucking roadblock in there by saying there isn't a difference in pay.
A male CEO and a female CEO do not get paid.
Yeah, but you're talking about
differently.
high up. You're talking about high up.
They do not get paid differently. Nobody gets paid differently. Nobody. The myth of the pay gap is about the choice of job gap. Like, for example, more male doctors than there are females. More female nurses than there are males. So then you go, well, in the medical profession, there's a huge pay gap of what males get paid versus females. Yes,
that's not
because
what it
there's
is.
more
It's
males
all about
than
job
there are doctors.
titles. The job titles.
No, it's not. It's not.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%.
You're going to need to prove this to me, and we're going to have to do a run-up
To your credit, you haven't been cocksure about it, like I thought you was going to be, and I was going to say, well, then tell me what you've looked up on it. And clearly you haven't, and that's okay, but it's a fact of the matter is that it's a job description thing. Like, higher responsibility, higher risk gets paid more. And the only reason that there's a pay gap between men and women is because there's more men in those higher risk, higher pay.
Which is what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Which
we're back to yours, which I agree with.
You'd be more likely to employ a man who's not going to go off.
And there we fall into the social construct argument. I'm not arguing with that at all. I agree with you. But until that's
But
a
I don't
thing,
think that's a bad thing.
no, I don't.
Look,
Not necessarily. But the simple fact of the matter is we're not in that position. Like, it hasn't happened yet. When it happens that it's 50-50, and then you say, the fuck? Like, the numbers are equal and we're still getting paid less?
But
I'm in.
Two things. First thing is that females are in a male world. Like, the entire society
That
has
I'll
been
never disagree with.
completely grown and driven by men.
That's right.
So we're going to have to, I say we, like me, I'm totally
No,
cool where I am,
that's
but
something I
females
completely
are going to have to work within that construct, like you said,
Yeah.
and you agree with. And
That's where I come in and say
come
I'm a feminist.
But, the second point is that, actually it's a question, do you know if men and women could swap? Because after I had Lauren, granted, I was very, very young, but I went back to work and school after 2 weeks after giving birth. 2 weeks. So could a woman say, I forego my maternity pay, I would like my husband to have maternity, paternity, and have that for 9 months?
Well, that should definitely be a thing.
But is it? That's what I'm saying. Do you know if
No,
it is or
not
not?
as far as I know. That's not a thing.
Because that should be.
Yeah. But the cerebral.
You don't
things-
need 9 months to recover from childbirth. 2 weeks is enough.
No, it's not about recovering from childbirth. It's about saying human rights, like a kid deserves to have some contact with a parental figure.
Exactly.
And
So
then
it should be
we need to
a
figure out.
choice of
We
the
need to
parent.
figure out how important having the motherly contact is versus the fatherly contact. And if the numbers come out that it's better for a kid to have motherly contact without the prejudice of it being a man's world, if it's proven that it's better for a kid to be with their mother early,
Well,
which you look
it
at
probably
fucking
is,
millions of
breastfeeding
years of
and
evolution.
stuff.
Look at evolution, right? Men, babies.
Don't want to look at it.
Babies are born looking more like their
Fathers.
dad than women because this is
I
bottled.
told you this like 8
Yeah,
years ago.
I know, but it's relevant.
That's true.
It is true. It's evolution. That's why we're so fucked up. Is we're constantly juggling with trying to pretend. Just wait a second.
I will.
We're trying to pretend that this is the one. When we're going, well, this tiny little sack of existence that we've got, where we've got intelligence, we're building skyscrapers. That's the important shit.
Yeah.
And we ignore the millions and millions of years of evolution that have come before it, which is why everyone's freaking out. And the only reason people are freaking out is because we're on the precipice of something. We're on the precipice of
You
evolving.
get that? It's like
Sorry.
going right up my nose.
We're on the precipice of evolving mentally to say, oh, okay, like that's why we're battling. So when we stop battling and we go, oh, and then we just, okay, cool, we just look at facts. Like that's the right thing to do with the brains that have evolved. We don't know what to do with the brain that, the way that our brains evolved, we don't properly, we're adolescents.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what to do with it yet. But when we do figure out what to do with it, what have we done? We've graduated from an adolescent to an adult. And then we just start dealing with it in an adult way. And when we start dealing with it in an adult way, then we'll start to get good answers for things. Then we'll start to be really equal. So my only argument with the whole male versus female thing is stop freaking out. Have a bit of patience. That's my answer for everything in life.
And it
Have a
fucking
bit of
pays
fucking
off.
patience. Have patience.
But
Good
then,
people will do
but then,
good
but then,
things.
but then, that's another male and female thing.
What, patience?
Yeah, genuinely.
Okay, cool.
Like, if I was to think of all of the dudes that I have as friends, which is more than it is females,
Yeah,
I've got,
fair.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 real female friends. 9, I'd say, genuine. But I've got 20 to that 9 male friends. Friends that I could go to, I could speak to, I could talk to. They're my friends.
I'd have it the ratio the same way, but I'd still say I only have 9 to 12 people who are my friends. I've got a whole
Well, no, because-
bunch of people that I like and love.
Because I'm
But
going
my
with
friends, that's a different
But I'm
label.
counting family as friends because I've got Kerry and Amy, friends. I've got Rebecca. I've got Jess.
Oh, I
friends.
changed the what you call it the almost like the
My Aunt
analysis.
Anne's, my friend.
Like my family's my family.
Yeah,
I've got
but that-
friends who are my family.
But you've got
And then I've
family.
friends,
You've got
and then I've got
family
friends.
that's just family,
Yeah,
and then you've got
But they're
family
exalted.
that are your friends.
Mm.
That you enjoy to be around, that you trust, and that you just want to
Yeah.
share with.
a lot of my ones that I consider on that level, like family, like you have complete pass. Unless you do the worst thing ever 100 times, you are my family, always. I have a lot of females in that list.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of females, whereas I've got a lot of males.
I think it's familiarity.
You're womanly. You're like 20% woman.
I'm like 20% woman.
You've got so much estrogen running through your body.
But
That's why you don't have a hairy gooch.
There we go. We cracked it.
That's why, because you're a woman.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Good
We
night,
cracked it.
everybody. See you later. But no, what I was with the patients is that out of all, and then perhaps we're talking about like-mindedness. I'm friends with people that are like me, but of those females, the patience level is to zip. With 9 times out of 10 situations that occur, like take no time to make their judgment, make their call, done. They're either happy with it, angry with it,
It's just crazy.
and then, well,
Well, it's not crazy.
it's not
but-
crazy. You're a man.
Yeah, but I just like
But
people
then I've got-
that think things through.
But then I've got dudes. But even like some of your female friends are included in my female friends, and they are very intelligent but quick to jump.
You think? Look,
They're quick to snap. And that's not naming names, but they're quick because this isn't necessarily a
the
positive thing.
females who I
But they're
consider
quick to
friends
snap.
are not quick to snap.
Depends on what the situation is and what the conversation is. Totally does.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if it's a male instigated conversation, completely calm. If it's
Whoa. Let's go to my top level of female friends.
yeah, we're
You
talking
think
about the
they're
same
going to be
people.
affected by the environment that they're in?
No, they're not going to be affected by it, but they'll react to it. I've literally seen it happen about 2 months ago. Literally seen it happen. A quick jump reaction. I've got no patience for what you're saying. Shut up. You're talking nonsense. Whereas a dude of my friends is way more inclined to just sit and wait out and see where the conversation goes.
But
Like, you're the extreme
and
of
I'm throwing the old but 2 ways here. The experience is female talking to a male is going to act differently. A female talking to a male,
Yeah, but a
my
mixed
way,
group.
is going to act differently. Like, they're going to act differently according to that. The females in my life who I consider friends and family, who I consider smart individuals who think things through, who, like, not necessarily smart, that's a bit arrogant, but, like, that think the way that I do, that I consider smart. That's the arrogant side.
Like-minded people. Which
Yeah,
is why I
like-minded
did
people.
say let's consider that as
Yeah,
an option.
and I like people who just think things through. Like, I've got friends that will say things and then will text me in the morning and go, shit, sorry about that. And I'm like,
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. If we go out for a drink, right, and we're out in a social environment.
Now we're back on the social podcast because we talked about this bit in the reverse.
But if we're out in a social environment,
It's not charging. Is that going to go?
yeah, it'll be fine. But I'll text and be like, I didn't mean that, right? Like, I'm thinking about that.
Oh yeah, like you had that with Jess that one time when you were proper drunk.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were like,
Yeah, when
because I was out
wires
with,
stopped crossed,
like 2 of my friends that are females, Judy and Lauren that I was talking about, and we came in to find you guys, and then you said to Jess, you don't have any friends like that, do you?
Yeah.
Where you just go out, and she started crying.
It's because I fucked up.
Yeah, because
I felt we were so close. I was talking to her like a friend, and I abandoned the logical
and the truth as well.
difference. Yeah, the logical difference between the 2 of us.
Because
which is this
hilariously,
one-
your
that
wife
will
is
not-
one of her friends.
When I was looking at her though, I'm seeing a friend, right? And what
I know
I'm
you
more
love
comfortable with, I love Jess.
I know
What
you
I'm more comfortable with though is speaking to dudes, and they don't give a shit about what I'm saying. They're not gonna feel too badly. I need to have said something pretty fucked up to text somebody in the morning and go,
Yeah.
sorry about that, dude. Right? But I just fell into the trap. Like, that's my friend, I'm saying something, I'm thinking it's going to be received in the right way, and then she starts crying. And then what does my male brain do?
And
Panic,
she's
panic.
being a she.
And my brain goes, whap, 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 emergency. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's true, actually, I'll give you that, because you came up to me and went, I think I've upset Jess.
Yeah, I panicked.
And you were proper fucked as well, like mad drunk. Came up and said, I've upset Jess. And I was like, well, what the shit did you say?
Yeah, because that's somebody that I love.
And then he
I
was like,
consider
oh,
a very
I
close
didn't
friend.
really say
I'm not
anything,
upset.
but she's like upset about something. I was like, well, yeah, but what did you say? And you're like, I didn't really say anything. So I went over to Jess, and like Steve said, oh, Dan said, like, you don't have any friends.
And what was Steve's reaction? When I went to Steve, right? After you, I went to Steve. Steve's reaction was the same as my reaction would be if I was Steve.
Yeah, but that's...
Don't worry about it. Should be alright.
Well, yeah, because you apologise.
And then I'm like, oh, now I'm in my comfort zone. Like,
but you weren't,
dude.
because when you woke up, you were
Of course that shit's going to play
you were
in my
like,
brain.
oh my god, I can't believe I said that. That's
Yeah.
like... because you said that to me.
And I went to Jess directly and said, I fucked up.
Yeah, and then she's like, no, I overreacted, and it was fine. But,
Yeah.
like, you
Which
said...
she didn't overreact. She was completely just.
yeah, that was especially when
she's just a sweetheart.
everyone's had a drink. And
She's just a sweetheart. And she was just saying, no, it's not a big deal. Because of what I always knew about her as a friend.
Yeah.
That wakes up after a few drinks and goes, I no, probably didn't mean it in that way.
And I after you came to me and I spoke to her, I got you back, and I was like, he totally did not mean it that way. Because you used to say it to me. Do you remember when all of my friends were male and I had no female friends?
She got no friends.
Apart from Kate and Burlers, I didn't like females.
Shout out to Kate
And
Burlers.
females didn't like me. And that worked. And then even me and Kate used to be friends, but like we...
Frenemies.
But we weren't frenemies. No, we were friends. But we like joked with each other about the fact that we don't have female friends. Like we
They're the girls that I like.
We'd say to each other when we were fucking steaming drunk outside in the smoking area at bars, I don't know why I like you, but I do. Like, you're a girl, and I don't usually like girls. Like, that was a thing.
And then we're back full circle to that sliding scale.
But weirdly, Burlers was one as well that I just...
Oh, because
Like-
Burlers is the one.
I liked her
Burlers
instantly.
is amazing.
They're all awesome, by the way.
They are.
I feel like I went to Canterbury, even though I went to Brighton University.
No, you did. You did. You were there all the time. But it's
Like, Caitlin Burnhamore on that
Like-
bid for our daughter.
yeah.
Those women are amazing.
Yeah.
I love them so
But
much.
the reason I'm so drawn to women in that way, like I can keep female friends the same way that I keep male friends, is because I've got so many strong women in my life, same as you. You've got so many strong women in your life that you only suffer strong women. You get a slight whiff.
That's why I'm
that
mad.
you're not on the same thing. No, it's the same thing, but it's very different. Like, because you're doing it as a woman, you get a whiff that they're not that hardy, they're not that type of woman,
Ugh.
right?
Oh, I just got
And then
vision.
you're out. And then you're out. Because there's a... Yeah, this is veered real hard into sexism. But
True.
there
It
is
really
a certain
has.
kind of woman that is... But here's how I'll save it. They're the women that we like.
Yeah.
They're the women that we like. And there are men that we like. They're
It's
our
true.
types.
Like, me growing up in a matriarchal family,
Yeah.
where the only men in the family are married into the men.
Yeah.
Married into the men. Married into the
Aaron's
women.
married into the bed. He's married into the bed in a big way.
Well, not yet. But hopefully he'll get married one day.
Still a secret.
Well, no, of course it's not a secret, but it's not married into the men,
Well,
is
he's
it?
just a gay man.
Well, sure he's a gay man. Okay,
It's a
fine,
big
fine.
fucking deal.
I was just, like, being overly
Yeah,
PC,
weird.
I think. Yeah, I know, fair.
That's not PC, that's anti-PC.
I don't want you to offend anybody that I love.
He's a gay man, he's proud of
He
who
is,
he
yeah,
is.
I know. I was just being ridiculous. I'll own that. But, yeah, me growing up in a matriarchal family where all of the men that were in my family as when I was a kid were either younger than me, so boys, or married into the family. They were never blood-born family. They were always introduced family. So I'm always going to have that because I grew up with
Men don't have a big place in
my
your
mum,
family.
who was a...
That's why I feel so
brutal-
privileged in your family.
Yeah, but you annoy the shit out of them.
You're damn right I do. You're damn right I do. That's why it was a big part of my speech.
That's what I was talking about Lynn. I was talking to Lynn, and she was like, oh, Justin said you're doing a podcast. And I was like, yes, are you annoyed by this in some way, shape or form? She went, no, but we've all seen a Friday. And I was like, you have seen a Friday, but for some reason, people listen to it.
You haven't seen our Friday.
Whether it only be 3 people, whether it be 3 million people is irrelevant. People, it just...
Plus, I know I'm a fucking chore. I know I'm annoying
You are
to
annoying,
listen
mate.
to. I know I'm annoying to listen to.
But we bet now.
But I don't care.
We bet who gets the first bottle of wine after you've fallen asleep. Who said, give us time. What time is Dan going to fall asleep?
Yeah, but that's not my world. I'm in somebody else's world. I'm in a female's world I don't do well with.
But...
Right,
and
so
then-
what am I going to do? I'm going to do what I do best. Drink. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink.
You do not do that bet. Gender fluid. Gender fluid. What does that actually mean? I've been told by somebody that they are gender fluid, and I've joked about it with them, but I don't know what that means.
Here's what I think it means. You haven't made up your mind. And that's okay.
Yeah, but is that like a sexuality thing, or is that a gender thing?
No, it's not. It's an intelligence thing. It's saying, it's an acknowledgement of saying I haven't made up my mind yet. So I'm going to give it a label.
Well, no, because do you remember how Reese was doing
Do
sociology?
you remember how awkward
There
it
are
feels?
76 genders.
Yeah, but that's...
So is that what I'm saying? Is that gender fluid?
No, but how awkward it feels to go from one thing to another. Like puberty, when you're like, oh shit, am I this person? Am I that person? Am I a goth? Am I a townie? Like that bit in between where you make up your mind. What they've done is they've said, I'm going to give it a label. Everything else has got a label, why the fuck not? I'm gender fluid. I'm waiting to say.
No, because
Right, and
you're
I'm
talking
okay
about like
with
a
that.
style. I'm saying a gender. Because remember, there are 76 different genders that are recognised
But that's
in
people being
sociological
scared.
terms.
That's people being scared.
But there are 76 different genders. So does gender fluid mean you can just do whatever the fuck you want, or does it mean something else?
The first thing that you said was exactly what it is. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, don't expect people to just say, yeah, okay, that's the thing. Like, have a bit of patience to say, no, that's unacceptable, you're being silly. Okay, sorry, I was being silly. But I'm kind of gearing towards this. Like, if you haven't got a thing, like if you don't feel female, or if you don't feel male, or if you're not fully attracted to females, or you're not fully attracted to males, and you've got this weird pubescent sort of gap,
Yeah, okay.
that's okay. That's okay.
Sure it is.
Just be very wary about the things that you say. Like say, well, that's called a thing. It doesn't have to be called a thing.
True.
I get that you're trying to say it to validate yourself. I get that. That's cool, and I'm in. But
Okay, yeah.
but don't get too
Okay.
carried away. Just call it like a transitionary period, and then we can all, like the people that, like us that have made our decision. Like, okay, we're straight and we're hetero and we're cisgender.
That's
the
not
thing.
what I'm saying though. I'm
That's not your thing.
bisexual.
Yeah, that's not your thing.
I
That's not your thing. I was talking about me.
Oh,
like,
it's a we.
no, well, I did say we, but I mean, like, if you've got your thing, don't get comfortable in your thing. Allow people to do their thing, but don't be mad at people that go, oh, I'm kind of trying to fucking work it out a bit. But also, the people that are saying, I'm trying to work it out a bit, the people that are saying that, you have a responsibility too. To say, well, at some point, you've got to put the hammer down and say, well, this is what I'm at.
Well, why?
And if you're in the middle, just say, well, I'm kind of working it out. I'm just working it out. That should be the only label, in my opinion. And I may be being prejudiced and judgmental, but that should be the only label.
But then
just say I don't know yet.
Maybe I'm being
working it
that also because I'm with you on that.
No, all I'm saying is just say like, I'm working it out. I don't know yet. Like, I'm too stupid. Like, and what I mean by I'm too stupid is that I haven't had enough experience yet. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm working it out.
That's
cool.
Well, I suppose because we're like in our 30s.
Yeah.
I'm 28. I'm 28.
We're in our 30s.
We're in our 30s ish.
But we were lucky. Well, not so much you, but I was very lucky. Like, I am who I am. I'm 95% straight. The other 5% is.
You're not even 5% gay.
What? No. But
You're not.
But
You're
the 5%. But the 5% I leave open because I can see a good-looking dude.
You don't. You're on the
go,
top end
oh,
of that
shit,
scale.
that's a sexy looking
You're
dude.
on the top end of that scale. You can't even
Well,
eat Stu Jordan in chicken.
No, I know. I'm not saying I'm gay. I'm saying.
No,
that
you're not even on the 5%. You're not even in the 95 percentile.
No, but I get it. I'm just saying that like that thing that you've got that says, oh, well, there's some wiggle room here. Like, I can extrapolate that and see how somebody who's fucking 15 years old, who's a bit fucking mixed up, who says, I don't know yet. Why do I have to immediately say I'm straight or gay? Why do I have to do that?
That's the
Like,
crazy
that's confusing.
thing.
Why would you have to do that?
Considering how long
You
now
can
live.
go, I'll tick the middle box and say, I don't know yet. That's what they need to do. Just say, I don't know yet. And I'm not saying that at the end of this whole process,
People
I'm going
that
to
age
choose
shouldn't be
one
ticking
side
boxes.
or the other. I'm just saying, I don't know, and there might be something in between. But you don't need to box things immediately.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You don't need to do it right now. You just need to say, I don't know.
I was just wondering
I don't know.
if
There's a
you
big old
knew-
fucking gap.
Just wondering if you knew what the definition of gender fluid was, considering there are 76 different genders.
Of course I do. I keep my fucking ears to the ground.
Did you know there are 76 different recognised genders?
Not 76 specifically, but I knew there was a lot of
keep your fucking
genders.
ear to the ground, or you keep it...
Am I supposed to keep up with that?
Mate, Reese
3
was
weeks
telling
ago
us
there would
this.
have been 54.
Reese was telling us, there's probably
How
more
long ago?
now.
How long ago?
A year ago, when
A
he was
year
doing
ago.
sociology,
A year ago.
and he got a D.
So then here's news for you, kid. There ain't 76 anymore. There is probably
Exactly.
about 300.
Exactly
Which is
what I was
nonsense.
just saying. So you're
It's just
saying you keep your
language.
ears to the ground.
It's just language for I don't know yet. That's it.
I
It's just
identify as a
different
flower. I identify
Yeah.
as a laptop.
Yeah.
I identify as a...
Exactly. It's just different language for I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
So why is that such a thing, even for people in our generation, to go, well, no, you don't get to say...
Our generation doesn't do that.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do, because we're
Find me a
discussing...
30-year-old that says they're a laptop.
We're discussing gender fluidity right now.
Find me a 30-year-old
And we're
that says
saying
they're a
that
fucking
76...
beaver. Doesn't happen.
No, but that's not
These
the
are
point.
kids.
Is that we're not acknowledging them as genders. Those 76 that Reese
They're
was
not
telling
genders.
us about.
They're not genders. They've just got their vernacular mixed up. That's all.
Yeah, but we're talking... No, because where they're coming from is the definition of male and female. They identify as something other than male and female. So, we're using gender in the terms that we know it and we grew up with.
No, but it's
But they're
worse.
saying something that you
Remember what I said
identify as.
First of all.
Sure, but that's now
There's just
transcribed
words, there's
into gender.
shortcuts. But you can't say that being a computer game is a gender. It's not a gender.
It's up there.
Because
with
the
them.
best possible shortcut that we have
Okay,
is
so
to say
how
gender is
about,
male and female.
how about the Barbie woman? The woman that has transformed herself into
She's
a
a
Barbie.
female.
Is she a female? Because I'm pretty sure she
She's a female.
No, because she doesn't identify as a female.
Sure she does.
She identifies herself as a Barbie.
Well, that may be mental illness.
Well, that's just your point on it. That's just what
No,
you're saying.
kind of going.
No,
you're veering left.
I'm
You're
with you.
veering
I'm
left.
with you on it. I'm with you on it. But you can't just say that there's two.
Yeah, but we also can't justify, like, the extreme insanity that people go, well, I want this as a valid thing. No.
I'm with you.
respect that you're sad.
I'm being an arsehole.
I respect that you're sad, and I respect that you're
just being
going off the fucking
deliberately
reservation. But there's an
controversial.
answer here. There's an answer here. The thing that you're feeling, there's an answer. The worry that you're feeling, that's okay. But there's an answer. We're willing to give you time and space, but just don't say you're a Barbie. Don't say you're a fox. Don't say you're a beaver. Don't say you're a rock. Just don't do it, because you're not.
I'm a Barbie!
Because you're not. There's no.
I am. I'm a Barbie.
Because then you're changing the definition of the word gender.
I'm a Barbie.
And we can't do that. We can't do that.
LOL.
Because then
By
we're
the way,
changing
that's
the word.
now in the dictionary.
Then we're changing
We
the
changed the
definition
definition
of the word and.
We changed the definition of the word literally. We literally changed the word. The definition of
Yeah.
the word literally
Yeah,
got changed
But the
in the
equivalent,
dictionary.
but the equivalent is that we're changing the word and. We're changing a connective.
And I thought
Yeah,
you said
you
gender.
You can change nouns. Change nouns all you
Gender.
like. Change verbs and change connectives. Now we're fucked up.
And is a connective.
Yeah, I know.
We're not changing that.
So now you change the meaning of connectives.
Yeah, but we're
and
talking about
verbs,
gender.
and then we're fucked up.
Remember, we're talking about gender.
Yeah, but we can change nouns. But
I
the
was
minute
just
that you-
wondering.
But the
Gender
minute
fluid.
you change connectives and verbs, then you fucked up. Then you it's too open. It's too open. Then you're pandering to people. Then change nouns all you like. Just don't get carried away with it. Like if somebody says my noun is this, like I'm calling this a sofa because it's a sofa. Just don't get angry at me if I say it's a sofa. If you say no, it's not. It's called
couch.
Jane. If you say it's called Jane,
It's not
don't get
it's
angry
couch.
at me. It's just called a sofa because it's easier. We did that exactly. We did that. It's a couch. It's a settee. Like
Settee.
a settee.
Ooh, ooh! Somebody give this man some money.
It's just easier.
Ooh, he needs a
It's just
settee.
easier to call it that. So there's no like baggage to it. It's just easier to call it that. So don't get carried away. Like your and is your and. That belongs to you. Your and
So,
it will
I
forever
suppose,
be your and. But
let-
don't try and change
Say, for
the
example,
word and.
I was badgering somebody to be like, come in, you know you're gay, you know you're gay, you know you're gay. And I was like, actually, I'm gender fluid and I'm